Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Michelle here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Chi, and he's selling his Amazon FBA business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. Welcome to the show, Chi. How are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you, Michelle?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I'm glad to have you here today, and I'm looking forward to learning more about your business. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of it. It's an Amazon FBA business in the occasions and gifts niche created in March 2019. The average monthly revenue for the business is $37,262, and it makes an average of $8,192 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 56103 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's see what's included. We have an Amazon Seller Central account with 7 SKUs, a trademark registered in Australia with US trademark pending, and a supplier relationship. So Chi, now let's hear from you. What can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
So I used to run Shopify sites about 2 to 3 years ago, selling pretty much just clothes and jewelry and watches. And Shopify was just another e-commerce platform. And then I moved on to Amazon FBA afterwards.
Okay, and so then how did you come up with the idea to start this business?
So I'm quite active on online forums and watching heaps of videos on YouTube. And after being interested in how to make passive income, I stumbled across Amazon FBA and decided to do more research into it.
Okay. And so your business primarily makes money through Amazon FBA?
Yes, that's correct. We currently have 7 active SKUs that are listed on Amazon.
And so why did you choose this business model? What attracted you to FBA versus your previous background in e-commerce?
So with my previous background in e-commerce, I wasn't making that much income. And then I chose Amazon FBA as a business model because it's highly passive and requires minimal time and effort compared to like a traditional business like a restaurant, for example.
That makes sense. And while you were looking into Amazon FBA, what made you choose this niche?
So after weeks of product research on Helium-10, I discovered that this niche is actually high in demand and low competition. And I launched my very first product on it in March 2019. The niche was it wasn't established yet.
So you basically got in on the ground floor and now you've built this business up. So why have you decided to sell it now?
Yep, so currently I'm in second year medical school and I decided that it's time to just focus on my studies and I wouldn't really be wanting to burden my shoulders with business and medical school. It's quite overwhelming. The business requires minimal time, but I prefer it just to focus on medical school at the moment.
Right, that's a lot to have to concentrate on. I completely understand. Is there anything that you learned from this business that you will apply to future businesses if you decide to reinvest in the future?
Yep, so I believe that product research is one of the most essential things to do before starting a business. It pretty much determines if your business will be successful or not. So in terms of product research, I would definitely spend more time finding a product that will generate a high yield in terms of investment. I did the same thing with this business and I would carry it on to my next businesses if I ever decide to do another business.
Okay. And is there anything that you tried with this business that didn't work?
Yeah, so we currently have 7 active SKUs in one product niche. So it's very tailored towards a specific product line and our brand is dedicated towards this niche. One thing that didn't work was expanding too quickly. So I found a product that was in very high demand and low competition, but I launched too quickly and I just rushed it. I rushed images and it didn't turn out as good as I expected it to be. So I would recommend that if you're expanding this product line to take your time and do your due diligence before launching.
Yeah, we've heard that from sellers before. So, where does the majority of your traffic come from?
So the majority of our traffic comes from organic views on Amazon's website. Our SKUs are highly ranked among extremely relevant keywords that generate thousands of searches every month. For example, one of our SKUs have Amazon's Choice badge and is ranked in the first position for a keyword that generates up to 18,000 searches a month. All our other SKUs are highly ranked for really relevant keywords. So that's where the majority of our traffic comes from.
And what do you currently do in terms of marketing?
I currently just run Amazon pay-per-click ads or Amazon PPC. I don't do any other marketing in external companies such as Facebook or Instagram at the moment, which is one of the ways a potential buyer could increase sales as well.
And so, speaking of increasing future sales, if you were to keep the business, what are some ways that you would try to grow it?
Yeah, so definitely running ads and paid marketing in external companies. That's one of the ways that it could potentially grow. Expanding the product line would also be really beneficial because in this niche, there's a lot of ways to grow in terms of product line. There's different variations, different color, different sizes. So definitely expanding the product line would be one.
Because your business is solely an FBA business, can you describe the process that you use to get the inventory to Amazon?
Yep. So we currently have two major suppliers that manufacture our products, and we get a freight forwarder to transport the goods from manufacturer's warehouse and store it in the freight forwarder's warehouse. And then the freight forwarder basically just ships it from their warehouse in China to Amazon's warehouse in the US, and we distribute it across customers globally.
And earlier you were saying that this business requires a minimal amount of work on your part, but can you share with us the amount and type of work that you do on this business for maintenance?
Yeah, so I currently spend about 2 to 3 hours a week maintaining this business. I just have to check stock levels and prepare inventory shipments and contact suppliers and freight forwarders. Just essentially just maintaining the business.
Okay, and what kind of skills or requirements are there for someone who is not familiar with the niche or the business model?
Yeah, so there's minimal skills or requirements required for this product niche in specific because it's a very generic niche. There's not much you need to know about the specific product in detail. In terms of the business model, I would recommend that buyers would be familiar with creating shipping plans, contacting suppliers and freight forwarders effectively, and just in general how the shipping process works, what I'm sure that anyone who's willing to invest in this type of business would be familiar with.
Those are some great points there. So, what do you think are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
So one of the risks I would say is in Amazon's playground, you have to follow the rules and regulations of Amazon. That's one of the requirements for this business model. And if you don't, you could face a penalty, which, as I said, like you would be very familiar with if you're creating an Amazon business.
Yeah, just to follow their terms of service.
Yeah,
And I was wondering if you would commit to a non compete.
definitely. I would be interested in committing to a non-compete. I'm not interested in selling this niche, and I'm not the type of person that would, once I sell this business, come back into it later on.
Okay, and how much support are you offering buyers?
I'm willing to provide 30 days of email support and 2 Skype calls.
All right, that's fantastic. And would you be open to negotiating something like an earnout?
I would be open to negotiating something like an earnout, but I would prefer if a full payment was made just because of the fact that I'd rather get the sale done and over with and not have to worry about receiving additional payments in the future.
That's fair. I was wondering, while you were building this business, is there anyone who inspired you?
I would probably say Elon Musk because he's quite an inspirational figure in terms of entrepreneurship and creating things when he was young. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's been a great source of inspiration for a lot of entrepreneurs. And putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
I believe this business is worth purchasing due to the fact our product line is very sustainable. It's not trendy or seasonal, and I wouldn't think that the product would be gone in 10 years' time or 20 years. It's a product that's staying here for good and it's been here for decades. And it can provide a steady flow of income with as little as 2 to 3 hours of active work a week, which is a really good passive income business.
Excellent. And is there anything else that you'd like to share that we might not have covered?
No, that's pretty much it, Michelle.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time, Chia. It's been a pleasure to learn more about you and your business.
Thank you so much.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com untitled.co/marketplace and search for listing 56103. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.